The Southville Centre has been open for 20 years and is a much loved and well used community facility. But our space is limited, and to make sure that the centre can continue to support a wide range of activities for the next 20 years and additional community activity we would like to undertake in Southville and Bedminster, we've been thinking about how we can best make use of the building. This short film will tell you about our vision for how we would like the Southville Centre to develop over the next few years to meet the needs of our local community and others who use the centre. The most obvious change we're proposing is to create a new, more visible entrance to the centre on Bewley Road. We would do this by enclosing the current entrance courtyard with a glass roof. This would allow us to create a double-door airlock to reduce heat loss from the main building. This new covered space would provide a flexible area that could be used for market stalls, events, and a space for the public to enjoy whatever the weather. The current steps and ramp to the main nursery would be relocated slightly to provide room to allow the installation of the double doors at the new entrance closer to Bewley Road. We're proposing to change the layout of the current reception area by removing the stairs that go down to the basement and moving the lift closer to the current main entrance. This would open up the space and give better views through to the main hall and the cafe area. The space that is currently occupied by the toilets would be converted into a larger office space for reception and a meeting room. The toilets would be relocated into the current office space. A shortage of office space is one of our biggest problems at the moment. We need more room for our staff. The space above the cafe is currently used by the charity music space as a recording studio and rehearsal rooms, but at the other end, in the space above reception, there is a big void. We're planning to convert this loft area into a new large office space for staff. A new staircase would be created from the office behind reception to access this area. An emergency exit would be created from this new office onto the roof above the entrance to the garden, with a new external staircase providing an emergency exit route into the garden. On the ground floor, we're proposing to put a door between the Bewley room and the main hall. This would mean that people would not have to use the corridor to access the Bewley room from the hall. This would be particularly useful for when there are events on in the Southville Centre using both spaces. In the area behind the hall, currently occupied by a small office and a storage area for tables and chairs, we're proposing to expand the centre's kitchen. A larger kitchen would enable the cafe to cater for more events both inside the centre and outside in the community. The main change in the basement would be the conversion of the current staff and storeroom into one larger storage space to provide room to store tables and chairs currently held on the ground floor. The current Osborne room and the corridor would be used to create a new staff area and a separate additional office space. The basement area would then only be used by staff of the Southville Centre. We're proposing to create a new entrance for the Rally Room preschool used by children from Ashton Gate. Currently, there are external steps next to the entrance that lead up to an unused outdoor space on the first floor. We're proposing to remove these steps and create a new covered entrance area. This covered space would also provide some storage for buggies and prams. Above the new preschool entrance, we plan to create a covered terrace. This would be linked to the main building with new doors from the cafe and from the Bewley room. The terrace would provide an outdoor dining space for the cafe and help to make the Southville Centre more visible to passers-by from the street. We hope this film has helped to explain our vision of how we'd like the Southville Centre to develop in the coming years. We want to make sure that the building is best used to support our work in Southville and Bedminster. Before we finalise our plans, we'd really like to hear your views on our ideas. You can give these by dropping into the Southville Centre or email us with any thoughts that you have. When we finalise our vision, we'll then start to develop plans for how we can fund these developments in phases. We would also need to get planning permission and listed building consent before making any changes. You can have a look at this model and the plans we've drawn up in more details at the Southville Centre. The centre is open from Monday to Friday, 9 AM to 9 PM.